Finance Friday. Okay, so we're continuing our conversation on fraud awareness because March is Fraud Awareness Month. First Ontario's Senior Manager of Business Services, Colin Cyr, back on the show because Mark was here 2 weeks ago and we were talking about the personal side of fraud. It's a tough topic, but it's just such an important topic.
It is.
How does the personal side or business side differ from the personal side?
Yeah, it does differ, but it still comes down to the individual. So there's a saying we have in business, and it's risk management is everyone's responsibility, and for good reason. So, your business owners and your executives, they're keeping fraud prevention top of mind, but you're really only as safe as your weakest link. So those owners, they want to be considering how are the people on the front line, the rest of my company, being as vigilant and critical about fraud prevention as I am at the top of an organization. And so you have to really consider everybody on the front line. Are they ensuring that they're doing safe practices in a way that I am as a top?
We do that here. We get training here of just like, don't open certain emails. Like, know what you're opening. And that's the big thing, right? These emails, because I don't know, they're crafty and they know how to get into you.
Very creative. And email, some form of email scam is really prevalent, right? These are where fraudsters are basically getting in there through some form of phishing attempt. They're getting somebody in the company to open up an attachment, and then next thing you know, you're exposed to ransomware, malware, your critical systems are compromised, or sensitive information's getting out there. It's terrible, man.
Well, the thing too is about email. We get so many emails in business. So then you're always generally opening those emails or deleting them. You know what I mean? But like generally you try to open it because it could be a prospecting client. Yeah. It could be a sale.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So you never want to be turning things down. But like you're just educating on your side. Like what are you guys doing?
Well, it's a great question because that's one of the challenges with email compromise in particular, right? Most companies, everybody in that company has an email handle. We all spend way too much time in our inbox, and so there's so many different entry points for a fraudster to get in there. Education. Mark spoke about it a few weeks ago there. Ensuring everybody in the company is well versed in best practices and is keeping these things top of mind to prevent fraud from taking place.
So there's email. What's the other some ways that you
Big one, payment fraud of any sort. So this is where a bad actor is, trying to siphon money away from the business using false or stolen payment information. So think stolen credit card data, false checks, even unauthorized use of electronic fund transfer. Obviously financial loss is a big thing that can take place there. But reputational damage, your consumers aren't going to want to do business with you if you can't protect their data, and legal liabilities as a result of some of those things. So payment fraud is huge, and it's quite prevalent right now.
What do you hear from the businesses that you guys deal with? Are they coming to you for help? Are they coming for you to you for advice, or like what are they saying to you?
Yeah, we'll typically get people who want to inquire. Hey, I received this email, or there's a promotional email that came out. Is this legitimate? And we have to do our own diligence to say, is this an authorized communication that came from our company?
Coming from you guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so that's good. Like that a business is actually reaching out to do that because that's what you want to be doing. And I think I was talking with Mark too about CRA. I know they're warning too because with tax time, like
Absolutely.
A lot of they can really get in there. And anytime with taxes, you're just like you're stepping on eggshells,
Big
and it could be something that's really important.
Big time.
CRA says they don't send text messages.
No, that's right. That's right. Legitimate channels of communication, and when in doubt, try to get in contact with somebody and get some peace of mind through that conversation. Definitely.
Okay. You were on, what was it, a week ago, Monday?
That's right.
Talking about One Awards.
Yep.
Anybody that missed out, what are the One Awards?
Yeah, so One Awards, that's our pitch competition, and the opportunity to apply for that, it really ends March 31st, so we got about a week and a bit.
Okay.
It's a great competition. Many businesses over the last 10 to 15 years have taken advantage of it. Up to $200,000 in cash and kind services to win, but you got to apply in the next week and a bit. So once you do so, you might have an opportunity to get in front of a number of judges who are going to evaluate your business, and really you might have a great shot at winning some really good prizes.
What kind of pitch do you have to put together?
It's going to talk a little bit about who you are and what you do as a business, but importantly, what are you trying to accomplish in the context of the partners of the program? So what do you need from a sense of assistance on maybe legal services, accounting, marketing, business advisory services? How can those things help you get to the next level? That's what you want to talk about in your pitch.
And the thing is, even if you don't win, you do get connected with I know a lot of sponsors that are they're teamed up with you guys for this, and a lot of connections going forward when it comes to small business.
Big time. It's always about the experience of getting to know the people.
It's networking.
That's networking.
That's what you have to do. Okay,
Absolutely.
so for the One Awards, where do you go?
You go to oneawards.ca,
Okay.
March 31st. Get in there before the deadline and give yourself a chance to bring your business to the next level.
Colin Cyr, email your questions to FinanceFriday@FirstOntario.com. If your question or topic is selected to be covered on air, you'll receive a gift card from First Ontario. Thanks, Colin. Have a good weekend.
Thanks so much, Tim. You too.